Today, I'm not here to hand out some step-by-step guide to success. And this video isn't some shortcut to overnight achievement. I'm not here to make some big, giant, lofty promises or offer to sell the next best thing. But instead, I want to ask you a simple question. And that question is, why aren't you successful? And why is it that so many of us dream about success, whether it's financial freedom or a fulfilling career, or just having a balanced life, but so many of us never actually get there. There's an old saying that success leaves clues, but finding those clues, oftentimes it requires us to look within. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad, and I can already see it in the comments section from the peanut gallery. Here's another affluent YouTuber telling us how we're going to achieve success. And the truth about that is that's not the case at all. What your takeaway from this is solely up to you. These are just things that I've noticed over the course of my life that have allowed me to find success for myself, my future, and my family. This is nothing more than my perspective and my opinion, and it's not advice. Some may see it as advice, and that is their opinion. This is just the way that I present my content and my thoughts and my experiences. Because today I'm going to talk about the hidden roadblocks, those hidden habits and beliefs that most of us don't even know exist. Those roadblocks that keep people from achieving the life that they truly want, the life of success as they see it, as per their own definition. Hello. So what would success look like for you tomorrow? So let's start with a thought process. If everything that you ever wanted and everything that you dreamt about landed in your lap tomorrow, would you know how to handle that? Would you be ready for the responsibility and the challenges that came along with that? Because here's a truth that's often overlooked. Success isn't about achieving something. Success is about being able to maintain whatever it is that you achieve. It's about being prepared for that success so that it becomes sustainable. Just look at the people the lottery winners and the famous people who aren't ready for what's coming. Think about how those people crumble under the pressure. They fall apart from all of the expectations because they're not ready. Because true success it's not about what you gain, it's what you're able to hold on to. We need to realize that the debt it's a weight that we are choosing to carry. And one common thread is that holds everybody back is the weight of that debt, whether it's financial or emotional, or maybe you even have a time debt. And believe me, I know what it's like to carry a heavy burden. At one point in my life, I was $75,000 in debt. I easily could have blamed the policy or the circumstances or the events, the political figures, but in the end, it was my responsibility, and it was nobody's fault but my own. I had to once face this hard truth. I had to figure out that it was my fault. I had to figure out how to overcome it. And I had to realize that success wasn't going to come. Success wasn't going to happen until I took ownership of my situation. And in turn, I had to make the hard decision. I had to make the choice to clean up my own mess. For me, it required me to take calculated risks and sacrifices and find self-discipline. I had to be willing to commit to that discipline. For other people, it might look the same, or it might even look different, but the principle is the same. And that principle is that success doesn't happen if you're still carrying the weight of your past decisions. There's limited beliefs that are often involved with this too, and that's why you can't achieve success of your dreams as well. That's another hidden barrier is that's the stories that you tell yourself about success. I mean, think about it. How many times have you heard that you'll always be in debt, or you'll always have to have a car payment, you'll always have to have a mortgage payment? You've heard people say that only the lucky achieve success, or only the lucky will make it out. Maybe you've thought to yourself, if I try and fail, people are going to judge me. These limiting beliefs, they're like invisible chains that are keeping you tied to the life that you don't want. They're keeping you tied to a version of your life that you cannot outgrow. So let's say that you want to make a bold move like starting your own business or pursuing your passion. But instead you settle for the safe option because the thought of risk is just unbearable. And what if I told you that staying right where you are might even be a bigger risk? Because the longer that you stay, the harder it's going to become to break free. We've all missed chances. We've all had chances in our lives to do something awesome, but we missed it. What did you do with those chances? So remember those rare chances that life gives us. The extra time, the opportunity to grow, the unexpected extra resources. What did you do with those? I mean, let's look back to the pandemic. Millions of people received stimulus checks. Millions of people were making more than they ever had in their entire life while collecting unemployment and doing nothing. But according to studies, only 30% of that money and those people actually use that money to invest or pay off their debt. Only 30%. I mean, think about that. Only 30% use that money to invest in their future or use that time and that money to do something to benefit them in the future. And the other 70% went out and blew it on absolutely useless garbage. They completely wasted it. What did you do with that time? What did you do with that resource that was gifted to millions of people? Because if you were part of that 70% that wasted it, you have to remember and you have to realize that pattern is going to play out over and over and over until you take charge of your situation. Because success, it requires recognizing opportunities and using those opportunities wisely. And that includes even when it's not convenient or it's boring or it's not exciting. Some people might even believe that success is a scam. And I think that that's just a cope, because another obstacle that people have is they fear success. They fear the unknown. And something that people don't ever talk about is a fear of success. A fear that your life is going to change, that everything around you is going to change, and you fear the weight that's going to be put on your shoulders. Because when you achieve success, everything in your life is going to change. Your neighborhood is probably going to change. Your cars are going to change. Your friends are going to change. Everything in your life, for the most part, will change. Some things may not, but the majority will. People fear starting over. People are afraid of change. Some people look at investing, whether it's changing careers, financially investing, starting a new venture. They see that as something that they have to avoid at all costs, or they allow those limiting beliefs that somebody told them to creep into their mind that it'll never work and there's no way that they'll ever be successful because people like us will never make it out, or people like us will never see success. So instead they avoid the risks and the sacrifices that it might require at all costs. We'll say stupid shit like the system is rigged, or it's all a scam. And in some circumstances, in many circumstances, I'm not saying it's not, but if you're aware of it, if you are knowledgeable about how the system is a scam, or the way that the system is scamming you, or that the system is rigged and how it's rigged against you, if you are aware of that, then you're able to fight it, because you already know who your enemy is in your battle. You already know who you're getting ready to fight. Just like if we look at professional fighters, MMA, boxing, whatever it be, they will sit there and they will spend hundreds of hours analyzing every single move of their opponent. So if the system is rigged, if the system is a scam, why don't you do the same? Your life depends on it. Your comfort, your success depends on it. But the truth is that success requires you to step outside of your comfort zone, and people aren't willing to do that. Average is not willing to do that. Average is going to take the safe route, and then average is going to complain that they're not successful, or they don't make enough money, or that their boss is an asshole, and they're going to be a victim. When I talk about risks, I'm not talking about going out and being reckless. I'm talking about calculated risks. But at the same time, you don't want to suffer from analysis paralysis either. But when you're too afraid to do it, you are setting yourself up for failure, because you are going to miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. there's another roadblock, and that's the trap of comparison and lifestyle inflation. One of the most subtle killers of success is our lifestyle inflation. Here's another one that I just don't think it gets talked about enough. Because like I said, as soon as you start achieving some success, as soon as you start getting out there, you're going to get a new car, your cars are going to change. You'll probably end up with new friends. Your house or your living situation is going to change. You're going to be able to more easily afford that next shiny object. So you start earning more, and suddenly you start spending more so that you can keep up with other people and obtain validation, or validate your achievements and satisfy those short-term desires. Because in most cases, most of us, success doesn't mean having a flashy car or designer clothes or the multi-million-dollar mansion, the big house, whatever it is. It's about living with intention and investing in things that bring value, long-term value, and not just short-term satisfaction. I'm here to tell you that the most successful people do not fall into the trap of comparison. These people, they focus on their own goals and not somebody else's highlight reels. They're not out there trying to keep up with the Kardashians. Keeping up with the Joneses, that was gone a long time ago. Now everybody's out there trying to keep up with the billionaires and falling for those traps that are put out to them because they don't see them. We have to build a successful mindset. In the end, success isn't about luck or connections or talent. It's a mindset that values consistency and discipline and being able to think long term. It's about being able to show up every single day, even when it feels thankless or boring. It's about building those habits that align with your goals and taking those sacrifices whenever it's necessary. Success requires you to stop chasing those shortcuts and start building an actual legitimate foundation. So I want to ask you again, why aren't you successful? When I ask this, I'm not asking it in a way to shame you. I'm asking it in a way that'll make you think. What habits or beliefs are holding you back? These are questions that only you can answer. Because once you identify these, you can replace them with things that are going to make you stronger and give you more confidence and ability to build the success that you want. They will allow you to build something that's going to make you stronger. And success, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and taking those small steps consistently, those steps towards the life that you dream of. So today, take an honest look at yourself and ask those questions. Ask yourself, what is one thing that I can do that's going to put me one step ahead or one step in the direction to achieve my success? Because success, it's not out of reach. It's just simply waiting for you to rise to the challenge. So if you made it this far, do me a favor and go down in the comments section and write that one word, success. Just that one word, success. I ask for these one-word comments so that I'm able to thank the people who are able to stick around and the people that are truly supporting this channel. I want to be able to reply to everybody's comment. And when I'm getting these multi-paragraph comments or even one-paragraph comments, it's just making it more and more difficult to be able to reply to everybody. So just that one word, and it shows a ton of support for the channel. It helps out. It helps push me to keep going. It helps the algorithm identify who's getting value out of this content, so that it'll push it out to more people. I don't think it's new news to anybody anymore, but the YouTube algorithm really likes to see all of those interactions from every single comment and subscribe. So when the algorithm is appeased by somebody else's actions, then that's when it's going to push this content out further so that more people might be able to find value in it as well. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for all of your support and your generosity. I want to thank you guys for those super thanks that you keep giving me. Those mean more to me than you can possibly imagine. And I truly am grateful for every single one of them. I truly am grateful for every single one of you. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I'm getting rained on like crazy, so I got to cut this. So again, I want to thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys are showing up for yourselves, and I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.